if you got a girl, don't mean no disrespect, but thoughts of you rule my world. I even dream of you, I
It's
swear.
China with Happy Hour Talks.
Visions of
And
you
my
in
name is Bree.
And this week on our episode, I want to talk about work, capitalism, and just how our attitude, this generation's attitude towards working. I know for me, when I graduated during COVID, and I think that I was just stressed about getting a job, period. Something 9 to 5, something that gave me benefits, something corporate, whatever it's going to be. I was just worried about getting a job, period. But about a year in, I realized I don't know if I like working. And I don't know if it was the consistent 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, the environment, the always having to mask, always having to keep a smile on my face, even though we were virtual. But I'm like, this idea that I have to do this for the next 40 years just to get Social Security, just to make sure that I'm able to take care of myself or, help take care of my family, this is not ideal. So I don't know, my thoughts about working, and I think this generation in general, I just think that we don't like the ideas and the rules surrounding having to have a job. So, what are your thoughts on it, Ruth?
Yeah, so I'm kind of the opposite of you. I know before graduating, I was excited to get a big girl job, work corporate. And then as I started working corporate, I'm like, this is a lot. Like, it's a lot going on. I feel like every day there's something going on. But overall, I do like it. But at times, I wonder if our generation were not enjoying the traditional 9 to 5 corporate life and we would rather pursue other non-conventional careers such as being a lash tech, being an influencer, just living our best lives traveling. So what are your thoughts? Do you think we're more conventional jobs are like focused, or we're moving towards the unconventional jobs, the entrepreneurship route?
So, I'm around a lot of old people from the small town that my family is from, and I've heard them say things like this is the most non workingness ass generation that we've ever been in. Um, there was one time saw this post about how this guy quit his job just through a text message. He was like, "It's getting shackled. I quit." You know, no 2 weeks, no formal email. Like just dipped out. I do think we have a rise of people wanting to work for themselves, be their own entrepreneurial spirit, gig economy, DoorDash, Uber,
Yeah.
whatever, reselling stuff on Poshmark and Mercari. We have a lot of people that just want to work for themselves because who wants to be, I don't know, just tied to this schedule of day in day out same thing, day in
Mhm.
day out same thing. The only thing I have to look forward to is 10 days of vacation time a year and PTO,
Right.
whatever. So I think a lot of people are trying to free themselves from it. I am not mad at the people that want to be lash tags or you
Yes.
know wig installers, rappers, influencers,
Yeah.
party planners, whatever they want to do. I'm not mad at it, but you do see some people trying to be silly on social media again, saying stuff like, "We need doctors, we need bankers, please go back to school. Everyone stop becoming
Yes.
athletes and rappers. We need people who are actually going to do traditional roles."
Yeah. I am kind of one of those people who are advocating for like the engineers, the doctors, lawyers, bankers, because I'm like, if things go to hell, who's gonna bring it back up? Who's gonna help our society? So I understand pursuing the unconventional route, but at times I do see the importance of having like the conventional jobs because we make our society go round. Like
Mhm.
the post office, the postal workers make the world go round. The people who pick up the garbage make the world go round. The doctors, for sure, the teachers, nurses. So I do see the importance of it. I also want to like think about, can people just do both? Like have a conventional and a non-conventional job.
Mhm.
I was watching an influencer on TikTok and she gave up her corporate big law because she had to. And that just made me sad a little bit because I'm like, could you not have been like a lawyer and an influencer at the same time, or just I don't know. It's very disheartening when people are quitting their conventional jobs to pursue only influencership because I look up to those people and what they did in their careers. So I know it's not their fault to like try to make me happy, but at times I'm like, dang, like you were an inspiration because you were like a black woman in tech and I did see you. And now like you're leaving this industry and like, what am I going to do as well? So yeah.
It's interesting you say that, and it's a good point. But I think I just remember that everything affects everything. Do we really what is going on health wise or medically, say with the food that we're being supplied to where people need to go to the doctor so much? Capitalism and stuff like what I think about, I don't know, something like the cigarette industry, tobacco industry. How does that affect healthcare? And then how does that affect how long doctors have to work? Should doctors have to be doing 16 and 18-hour shifts?
Ooh,
Um, you know, I don't know. Everything just affects everything, and that's something that I remember. We shouldn't be living in a capitalist society. We didn't choose that. We didn't pick that. It's just here. Sure, there are perks. That's why a lot of people come to America, to create a new future for them and their family. But ultimately, I just think it creates more dissonance, and honestly, I think it eggs on depressive disorders. People wake up and they dread going to work. They
mhm.
genuinely don't want to do the day. They're constantly watching their PTO to see what they can do to not have to go to work this week. Um, and I genuinely think that if we went from a 40-hour work week to a 32-hour work week, or gave people more flexibility in how they could work, they don't have to work Monday through Friday. Maybe they're going to do Thursday through Monday, or whatever they like. I think if we were provided more flexibility by these corporations, then we'd probably see a little bit more less disdain towards having to work and be a working person.
Right. And especially providing good incentives. Like a lot of professions are not getting paid as much as they're worth, and people are leaving and quitting because they're not seeing the value from their careers. For example, teachers have went on a strike for a few years now. Some teachers are quitting. And I'm like, dang, that sucks. Like we're not giving these workers what they want to see to the point where they're having to quit these professions and pursue other avenues. So I do think for us to have these workers in like the conventional jobs, there should be more incentives and higher pays for sure, especially within the education and healthcare system.
For sure, and I think there's a lack of urgency when it comes to teachers being unappreciated, and a lack of educators. Um, how long do we have until we literally don't have any teachers left, or we have one seventh grade teacher having to manage both sixth, seventh, and eighth grade classes? Like, how long do we have? I just don't think lawmakers are putting enough urgency on investing more into teachers' salaries and benefits, and just offering them more resources so that they feel like educating is something that they want to do. I have several friends that are teachers, and they are burnt out.
Yes.
Many have been out of school 3 years, and they're burnt out. They're
Oh,
done. They're looking into how they can get into tech, or they're going to go into customer service. They're ready to go pick up their associate jobs at Macy's. They are genuinely looking for anything but, because it's not worth it. Uh, Students being disrespectful aside, just the it's hard to live off what they're making, and the disrespect from other educators in the field. You're done. If we don't have education, if we don't have children in the school system, I mean, that just affects so many other things. People are fighting over what books we need to read in class. I think you all need to make sure there's going to be teachers to even teach the curriculum.
true.
First,
Do you have any like favorite teachers growing up that really impacted your life? Can you remember a few of their names or like what they did? Because I have a few. For example, in high school, my freshman year, I was introduced to like web designing, and my teacher at the time was incredible. Till this day, this is the reason why I decided to pursue like my computer engineering degree, and now I'm in tech because of like one teacher. So it really does show the importance of like our education system and our educators. And then I always tell people, like, if I didn't have my tech job, I would want to be a teacher. But now I'm thinking like, I don't know if it's worth it. You know, like I might even have a better opportunity influencing and reaching kids online on my own rather than going through the conventional public school route.
For sure. I definitely had teachers that I enjoyed. Some of my social studies teachers, humanities teachers, English teachers. Honestly, I could probably name teachers that I didn't like before I named several teachers that I just loved and adored. I always loved education and I appreciated most of my teachers, but I've said that too, that I could see myself teaching in an alternate universe, anyways, if the money was different, if I felt like the resources were better, if I felt like there wasn't politics at play when it comes to some of the, I don't know, head people in the district in regards to education. If so many things were different, I probably could see myself teaching too. I think education is so important, but not as it is today. I wouldn't teach today with how things are going. Like, couldn't be me.
I'm
Um,
ready to see Gen Z shake up a lot of industry. Like, do you think we're going to have more impact on how things look like, especially like you mentioned, decreasing the 40-hour week to like maybe 35, 32? Do you think Gen Zs are going to incorporate new strategies to our work day, or
I think we don't have a choice. I think we're going to have to be the one to change it. Um, Numbers don't lie,
yeah,
and studies show we are just not willing to just lay down. And I don't mean it like I say the generations before haven't put in work, but I just don't think we're willing to take the same things. I think that I know my family, especially, is big on you gotta eat and you gotta be able to have a roof over your head and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, sweetie, I'm depressed. I'm
yeah,
depressed. I don't want to get up and do this every day except for Saturday and Sunday. To have most of my happiness only be uh, with, I don't know, um, contained within 2 days, 48 hours, barely, that's
yep,
ridiculous. And even having guilty feelings when I get off of work of I need to still be working.
yep,
I need to still be doing something. Think about how the system has us conditioned to a point to where even when we are done working for the day, we still feel like, oh, there's something else I should be doing. I should still be grinding. I should be
yep.
reading. I should be taking some type of course. Like I should just feel happy and be able to decompress from the 8 hours of work that I just had to go through. But that's not a system that we live in that allows us to do that. So I don't see us really putting up with that. I don't know what it's gonna be. Are we gonna strike?
Yeah,
We just gonna walk out of our jobs? Are we gonna go protest? I don't know what's it gonna be, but I don't think it's sustainable.
yeah.
We don't even know if we're gonna have Social Security when we get 60.
And that's crazy.
Keep
Like,
working right now, tax me, please.
that's crazy. I was watching a show on Netflix. Netflix. It's called How to Get Rich. Have you watched it yet?
Mm-mm.
It's basically discussing like the finances of people living in America. And a lot of these people aren't contributing to like their social security benefits.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just like, I understand, like I feel you because we just don't know like what the
Giving
system
away free money.
exactly. Like, do we really want money being taken out of our paychecks if we don't know we can access it in a few years? Retirement is increasing. We're just tired at this point. And we just started. We literally just started working and we're already tired. So that's pretty crazy.
For real. Even when I think about investment accounts and you're working with employers that'll match contributions, what up to 6% or whatever it is where you work, I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. I think I need all of my money right now just to live. What's the
Yes.
cost of living? Like I would love to receive that free money from you, but the way that rent is set up, I don't even think I can
Right.
do that big.
And I know it's not, it's our like own responsibility to research on this, but again, there's not really any discussions talking about like which investment profiles to invest in or why you should invest in your 401k from your employment.
We
We
don't learn this in school.
we do not. Like, so when we come out into the real world, we're like, okay, like, is this what we do? Is that what we do? It's just crazy. We should be taught all of these things again in high school or even earlier.
We should. Guys, I just want to say I don't have a drinky drink today, but I have McDonald's Sprite and it's strong enough. What you drinking on, Ruth?
I'm drinking a kombucha. It's the strawberry lemonade. It's pretty good.
I tried to drink kombucha, but it just tastes like apple cider vinegar.
Really? Do you know what flavor you had?
Ooh, it's probably like watermelon or something. I don't know.
It's an acquired taste.
Do you drink Olipop or any of those?
I haven't yet, but there's a lot of Olipop girlies, and I want to again. It's easy to persuade me on certain things. I want to jump on the Olipop bandwagon.
I like it. I just think it's expensive. It's like $3 a can, so I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
It's a soda, like a normal soda.
It tastes like a watered down soda
Oh, okay, nice.
with a shot of apple cider vinegar. I'm sorry, all probiotic, prebiotic, and other drinks taste like that. So,
Yeah, but it's like good for your gut health.
hmm
Okay, that's good. I'll try it.
maybe we need to start us a business, a drink business.
Yes, ma'am. If you're watching or listening, comment below what drink you have while listening to this. We're very curious.
Yes, we want to know what you sipping on. But anywho, what do you think the future holds for you, employment wise, or just I don't know, working wise? What do you see happening? I know you want to be an influencer, and you see yourself transferring into that. But what's next?
I genuinely enjoy being an engineer. So I think I am going to be an engineer for as long as I can and then have like a side situation, which probably might be podcasting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But I really do like being an engineer. And I just want to tap into more of my creative side. What about you?
Um, ultimately, I'm going to have to get a position that allows me to have a flexible work schedule. I can be a night owl. Sometimes I want to pick the work up and then put it back down. So I need that opportunity to not feel like I have to be, and I guess this comes into like hourly versus salary,
Mhm.
but just where I don't have to clock in for a full 8 hours and do that. So if I'm in a position that looks more like that, where I just have a lot more flexibility, I think things can be different. But even then, they're still going to have that feeling of dread of I don't really like that I have to work for the man for the next 4 years. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I come from a really practical family that feels like if you have a good job, that's what it's all about. But there has to be some happiness with the job. I have to like what I'm doing. I have to like how I'm doing it. I have to like the people I'm working with.
For sure.
So if I end up in that type of environment, then that'll happen.
And I
We'll
wonder
see.
if that's the case for a lot of people. You know, they might go through the conventional route if they like the people, they like the environment, they like what they're doing. So we just need to create this space for people to enjoy what they do.
For sure. And I think that we're going to be the generation to do it. I have to keep saying that. Of course, with
Yeah.
the support of our prior generations and any new ones, but I do think we're going to be the generation to do it and make some new things. But to the
Yes.
future, I guess. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I believe in us. I hopefully like come on Gen Zs, millennials, we got this.
We do. But really, we really appreciate you all watching, chilling with us, having a drink with us, tuning in to see what we have to say. Be sure to drop suggestions for what could be our next episode topic. You know, we're always open to suggestions. We appreciate the few people who watch in, and we're looking forward to the new ones in the future who will tune in to what we have to say. But thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.